is Laura O'Connell. I'm a head of U.S. agency partnerships for our independent agencies. It is day one. It is day one, Monday morning of Cannes, but I'm really excited. This is my first Cannes, and what I'm really excited about at Cannes, especially from the lens at Google, is really how Google is showing up for the creative world in this space. You know, our VP of Marketing, Josh Spanier, had a really incredible piece on this in our Frontier CMO newsletter. He borrowed a concept from Robert Wong, who's part of our Google Creative Lab, and he kind of hearkened this time to the early days of cinema, where when film was first invented, you had one steady shot with one single camera, and it took a few years to really start to discover the true language of cinema, the jump shot, the close-up, the crane, and so really that's what's happening with AI. When generative AI started to enter the collective consciousness, we really started to use AI just to automate some boring or old tasks, essentially making those boring and rote tasks easier and faster. But now what we're seeing from the most innovative agencies and partners is really that they're starting to ask a much more interesting question, and that is like, what can we do now with AI that was previously impossible? And so, similar to how with film there was a new language, we're now entering into a new language of AI, where creatives are starting to get much more bold, and they don't have a producer on their shoulder telling them, what can we afford? They're actually starting to realize that whatever they dream up, there are tools to realize that. And so it's a really exciting time moving AI from being a novelty to really this incredible tool to figure out how do we make the previously unimaginable reality. Marketers know, and they've been saying forever, that consumer behavior is changing, and that is a statement that we all work with. But I think what marketers really need to reckon with is that the pace of change is so relentless and won't be stopping anytime soon. The reality is, in the truncated time that we're living in, the pace of change has fundamentally changed over the past few years. It is changing at a dizzying pace right now and will change in the future. Here at Google, we see that across three frontiers. The first is search. Generative AI is really the best thing that's ever happened to search. AI mode has over 1 billion users every single month, and people are not just searching for the fragmented keywords they were in the past, but they're really having conversations and brainstorming with search and searching more than ever before. And so that's a really incredible frontier to a product that historically, may not have seen like a change in the beginning. And then there's YouTube. YouTube used to be a video platform, and now it's really a center for culture and commerce. And it's really incredible to see that consumers are starting to curate their own media universes. And so for brands, they have to think about YouTube as the #1 streaming platform in the US, the #1 in ad attention. And globally, it's really where people go to trust creators really incredibly. And so if you're a brand, you have to make sure that you are either genuinely entertaining or really radically helpful if you're going to be on YouTube. And then the last frontier that's really incredible that we're seeing here at Google is agentic commerce. And that's a whole new paradigm shift that we're just starting to get involved in. But really that is collapsing the time when a consumer is being inspired online and casually curious about products to helping to figure out from inventory to shipping and really helping to close that transaction. So I think marketers know the funnel has collapsed, but really the reality is that the gap from inspiration to transaction is close to zero. I worked with agencies my entire career, and I think what's incredible about agencies is they're highly resilient and they're highly adaptable. And really they need to be, because CMOs are so overwhelmed by just the amount of tooling and options they have out there with AI. Marketers tell us that they want a unified view of their ecosystem across creative and media and earned and owned, but ultimately less than half of them believe that their organization really has that. So when we think about the relationship between agencies and clients are really looking not just for an execution vendor, but they're looking for this unified partner that helps lead them into this transformation era. And so what we find really incredible at Google, and when we partner with partners like Monks, is that there's really this incredible cycle of Google has the AI infrastructure, the agency can provide that strategy and that direction, and ultimately the client receives growth as well. I think what's interesting about memorable marketing is that people sometimes forget that Google is actually a brand and a marketer in of ourselves. So I think that Google is a really interesting model for how to blend the incredible technology of AI with really human creativity. At the core, Google believes when we go out to market as a brand, we need to be really highly resonant and really lean into human storytelling. If you've seen any of our Super Bowl ads, I think you would agree that typically I think we meet the mark. And ultimately our belief is that AI tools are going to help us, again, truncate that process. It means we can quickly drum up some prototypes for storyboards. We can quickly brief directors, but ultimately, if you don't have human storytelling at the core, that message won't land. So here at Google, we believe that there is a really healthy tension between AI and human-generated content, but when done really well, you can get that speed, but that effectiveness and that emotion as well. Measurement is changing, and brands, I think, have a lot that they have to pay attention to because of the world that we're living in right now within advertising and technology. So I think the one observation that I would have when it comes to brands and measurement is that I see that brands spend a lot of time really measuring and optimizing for their media and their targeting. They spend a lot less time optimizing and really testing against their creative. We have studies that show that a creative asset is actually responsible for driving 50% of incremental sales, but not a lot of time or energy or budget really goes to measuring and testing that creative. So the one thing I would recommend for clients is using tools like Google Asset Studios to test and optimize creative. Or if you're a more sophisticated advertiser, you can really work with some creative and tech partners to help you ensure that across each of the publishers and platforms that you're working on, you're measuring not just the media and the targeting, but also the creative as well. Demis, the co-founder of Google DeepMind, is here to really talk about the different tools that we have and collaborate with the world's best creators and storytellers. We have the Google Creator House, where we're really working to have our creatives in the world really work with some of our tools like Veo and Nano Banana and Genie and really create these lighthouse projects. And ultimately, we just announced Gemini Omni, which is, again, really making it so that ultimately you can make any output from any input. So I think what I'm most excited about is this year feels as if there's a lot of ties, again, to how do we match the technology of AI with really the creative opportunities that only people can dream of. As AI starts to take on more of the how, I think we're seeing that the premium is really being placed on the what and the why. So a few of the skills that we're seeing and capabilities of agencies and brands and marketers is really around strategic direction and curation, and really also just human taste. And so from a taste and creative curation perspective, the reality is that you can think of it as a masterful film editor in which AI can really capture thousands of shots, but ultimately it's that human in the room that needs to decide what lays on the cutting room floor. And so really what that editor can do is figure out, of those thousands of shots that AI can capture in a really effective and efficient way, what's that one shot that's really going to make the audience feel something. And then from a strategic direction perspective, to continue the cinema lens a little bit through, is that if we've all worked with AI, sometimes your AI can feel like a lot of really green, perhaps new actors to the business where they've read every script, they've watched every great film, but ultimately they don't have real life experience. And so what we're seeing some of our best agencies do is they really step into a role of this elite film director where they are prompting and challenging and really forcing the best performance out of AI, ultimately, again, to really curate that human emotion. So what we're really seeing agencies and clients starting to do really well is build those capabilities and start to really place a premium on that what and that why.